a penalty to the PE Tigers. He had been playing advantage. Quick tap, they decide, but they don't seem to want the ball, surprisingly. Good safe kick out, but not out on the full. Caught by the number 14 from the Talons, who did a bit of a shimmy step. Good carry, good run, good strong run. And do we have our first try? Yes! Our first try to the Marondera second team Talons, increasing the lead they already have. At the moment, it means we have 8 points to the second team Talons. We saw the two successful 11 points. Sorry, excuse me. It's 11 points to the second team Talons. Prince Edward, as we still have yet to see them put points on the board. I don't know what you may have seen from that try, TC.
Oh, well, it was PE trying to exit, weren't they? They got the penalty, they kicked it out, but they kicked it straight down the throat of their left winger, and he had a lot to do, but he did it well, and now he gets to convert his own try to take the score to 13.
Definitely, TC, if you give a wing like that so much space, trust me, there's a 50.6% chance that he will get through with the ball. The conversion. Very good. It seems like this lad has got his kicking boots today. He did not forget his kicking boots at home. Out of the 4 kicks he's done, he has managed to convert 3. A very good kicking there from the very tight angles. Very impressive rugby, TC.
Yeah, outstanding boot. Do you think maybe Ian Pryor sent his boots from that game against Morocco from Uganda?
Definitely.
Ian Pryor got 8 out of 8 that day, and he's certainly following after Ian Pryor's footsteps. Magnificent. And he's actually scored that try. And being able to convert your own try, really good from Waisal.
Definitely Waisal with the lead. We have the restart from Prince Edward. Still within the Talons' possession. But a bit of a roly-poly there, TC.
One too many rolls there.
One too many rolls. Yeah. I just think it's a matter of just discipline, as you mentioned before, TC, that at this present moment in time, the second team Tigers need to be a bit disciplined and really follow through with their set plays.
Yeah, they're really struggling to gel as a team early on. It's a beautiful pass, 30-meter pass. A little bit of happy feet there, stepping his way past a couple of defenders. And another penalty given to Prince Edward. Wise Owl not rolling away, so they need to retreat 10. Quite interesting, PE, this is how much they've been starved of possession. Even in the red zone, the amber zone, they want to run the ball.
They want to run the ball, they have that PE flair, that PE fire. And as you mentioned before, they still yet to put points on the board. So, they're thinking, what about us? We also have the feet, we also have the happy feet, we also have the runs that we can do. But at the moment right now, the Talons are attacking in the Prince Edward half. A bit of holding on there, holding on in the ruck. The ref has called for a penalty. Are we about to witness another magical kick there, TC?
Yeah, no hesitation from the coaching department of Waisal to immediately signal for the 3 points. And well, we've mentioned about the kicker. He has not left his kicking boots at home.
You know what they say, TC, when the stove is hot, it's best you put something on it and cook. The boy is cooking. We're letting him cook, and he's doing well. He seems as though he's a 5-star chef at the moment with the good kicking boots.
No, absolutely. I would go for a meal in that restaurant any day.
Good height, good direction. This lad, TC, I have no words. I have no words for his kicking ability.
I'm at a loss of words as well.
We're flabbergasted.
You would probably question the kicking technique a little bit, but if it works, why change it?
If it works, why change it? I remember there's a time when we had athletics and I was doing high jump, and there were those guys from those other schools, they would come through with their funny jumping styles. But I mean, like as you said before, do what works. Whatever gets you over the board, whatever gets points on the board, is what's important.
Yeah. Well, they've gone deep this time, and they could do with some territory advantage. But it's been kicked back, and that's a really good kick from Waisal, putting them under pressure. It's one-on-one there. A lovely little chicken wing pass there The Tigers second team are on the front foot, just short of the halfway line. And they are just not doing themselves any favors whatsoever. Thankfully for their sake, they were playing under a penalty advantage.
Yes, TC, a bit of butterfingers there, but as you said, it was still to their advantage. So it seems they are probably going to go for the kick to get a bit more territory, to gain a bit more yards, because I feel like, a bit of a missed kick there. But safety first, I suppose.
Yeah. Safety first. It's gone about 10 meters upfield, so I wonder if Prince Edward Tigers, like they're playing with a bar of soap out there. They can't manage to catch the ball. Probably just taking their eyes off the ball last minute. But
yeah.
I think it'll be fair to say that we haven't really seen what PE second team can do, but that's credit to Wise Owl, who have starved them with possession. But I think once they just start to phase the ball a little longer, they lose their line out again, so that's not good from them, and this just works into Wise Owl's favor.
Yeah, Wise Owl have their lucky stars. I guess it's the home ground advantage. As you mentioned before, we're out here in their pitch that they call the Baghdad for reasons best known to them. But it seems that the war is currently being won by the second team talents.
I actually didn't know it's called Baghdad. Thanks for schooling me there.
Definitely. There's a young lad who helped me the last time when we were commenting. He's actually a scholar here. He's the one who schooled me too. You know, he was like to me, "No, this is the Baghdad. They call it the Baghdad." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's actually quite a creative name." I mean, it's important for such things, especially with schools. You know, with PE, you have your Jubilee, St. John's, Honey, Weaver, St. George's, and you've got your Nigel Philip at Churchill.
Yeah.
You know, it gives you school pride. It increases your school pride, and you know how they have the mascots that they then lay down on the side there. You know, it's what rugby is all about at the end of the day. You know, school pride. You know, you've got your school badge on your chest, on your jersey, and you're really trying your best to really show. And you know, with second team, for me, second team is you know, it's like an interview for you to get into the first team. You need to show your stuff and show the coach that, hey, beautiful hit there, well presented ball.
Tell you what, the Prince Edward second team players are not happy with the referee at all, and I think they just need to play the game and focus on what they can control. They are not going to be able to control how the ref makes his decisions. They must focus on themselves, because it's not going to work well if they continue to get frustrated by the referee's calls.
I couldn't agree with you more, TC. I mean, it's just them having to remember their set plays, to remember their moves, to remember the basics and the fundamentals of the game. You know, get their head in the game and really focus on trying to get some points on the board, because it's still early. We're still in the first half, about 20 minutes in the first half, and I can safely say it's really a competitive game. It's just like, as you mentioned before, Wise Owl's been having a bit of luck as opposed to the Tigers. You see, with their strong runs there, very strong carry. The ball is still going. Good strong run to the wings there. Should we see a try from the Prince Edward Tigers? Yes, and we have a try. 5 points on the board for the second team, Prince Edward Tigers. Yes, TC, it seems like we have a matchup here. From what I'm seeing, you know, the Prince Edward Tigers, as much as they're down points-wise, but play-wise, they're persistent, they want it. They want to play the game, they want to put points on the board, they're not giving up. They know there's still time for them to put points, to level up, and maybe even surpass the current scoreline that the Talents have.
Yeah, and we spoke about it, Kunatsi, that they haven't been tested yet, haven't had the ball, and wow, what a team try that was. Really good from the PE second team. And in the end, it was finished off in the corner, and they were playing under that penalty advantage. So this is a good statement from them, showing that they can also play that expansive rugby. And as our second team leading 16 points to 5 with a kick to come, and it's a very important kick in the context of this game.
Yeah, this Prince Edward side is not one to be counted out too soon. You just saw from the try that they just did, very good ball carrying. They utilized their wing play really well. The ball went down the line, shipped well down the line. Yeah, a bit of a quick decision there. He saw that he was out of time and he decided to do a drop kick since the ball wasn't really playing the way he wanted it to play. You know TC with this egg-shaped ball, the bounce is always tricky. Even the placement is tricky, and nowadays they don't have much time to really place the ball and do the Johnny Wilkinson run-ups and whatnot. So time is not always on their side. As you saw there, he did some quick thinking but didn't work in his favor.
Yeah, and got a player getting stretched off the field. Never nice to see players injured, but he's getting a really warm reception off the field, and that's really nice to see the sportsmanship. Even the PE second team clapping him off. We wish he'll be fine and that it's not anything too serious. So Isal will need to make a replacement.
Yes, TC. Let's just hope the lad will be okay there. Good sportsmanship shown there by the Prince Edward boys, clapping the boy off and wishing him well, that he gets back on the pitch and they can play some exciting rugby. We have the restart there by the Talons. Good hanging ball, but driven back by the Talons. It was a good catch there by the Tigers, but it seemed as though it was played to advantage, and now it's a penalty to the Wise Owl second team Talons. We're going to have a scrum down. A little shy off the 22 mark, but still we're in the Prince Edward territory. We're in their half, and let's see what the Talons have in offer for us.
Yeah, it's a good scrum. Scrum finds his fly half. We're going to have a training ground move here from the Talons. Show and go, stepping his way forward. They break the gain line. This is good, desperate defense from the PE Tigers, who have ripped it in the tackle. And there we go. There's another. You can't stop me. This bus is full. Another chicken wing pass. And there comes the knock. But you see, Munatsi, that they have what it takes, these PE second team Tigers. They are really fluent going forward. And we saw that try they scored.
Certainly, they do have what it takes. It's just, I don't know, I think maybe the second half might do them good, where they're going to probably have a very long, hard, stern chat with their coach, who will point out the areas where they're going wrong. And if they're able to listen to their coach and whatever actions he suggests or actions he imposes onto them, that they put those moves into practice. But from what I mentioned and what you also mentioned before, that just the fundamentals, ball carrying. You catch the ball, you look at the ball, catch the ball, be aware of where you are and what decisions you need to make with the ball. But for me, I think, as you said, Prince Edward still also wants, they're still in the running, they still have time. Time is still on their side. You saw that try, that they still really want to get out of this red zone and get into the Talons red zone.
Well, we saw a similar kick early on lead to a try. This time, Prince Edward Tigers really fortunate to get the bounce. We spoke about the oval ball. It can really bounce in any direction. But I think PE will need to talk about their exits. You don't really want to be kicking the ball down the throat of these Wise Owl backs, because they've already hurt you once or twice in this game. And this is good handling. Again, utilizing that space well. Oh, lovely. And inside ball. This is beautiful rugby from the PE Tigers as they continue to press forward. How did he keep that in? This is exquisite stuff. Reminds me of Brody Retallick. That's the kind of offloads he used to have. Eventually the whistle blows because it's a forward pass. But that's good rugby from the PE second team.
Absolutely, absolutely. You saw those Brody Retallick passes there. These boys should be watching their rugby. I mean, I know there's international rugby on at the moment. So, it's good for them to also watch. And, obviously the coach may not be happy with that move. You know how coaches would always beckon you whenever you're running to hold the ball with two hands, to pass the ball with two hands. But I mean, when you've got the ability to do such little passes and they come out correctly, the coach won't shout at you. He'll give you a high five and whisper in your ear, "Don't do that again, lad." But I mean, you like you said before, you do whatever works.
Yeah.
Whatever works, whatever gets points on the board, whatever gets you advantage. Do what you need to do.
Yeah, and when they come off, they look really, really gorgeous. When they don't come off, they look really, really awful.
Yeah, it's a pass shy of a ah or a ooh, depending on on how the ball is caught or how the ball actually carries itself. But now we're deep in the red zone of the Talons. Good safe kick out. As I always say, safety first, you know, TC, safety first.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the PE second team need to take a leaf out of that YSL book. You saw that clearance was not down the throat of the backs. It's safety going on the short side, making sure the ball finds touch. And it takes play. Yes, it wasn't that big a kick in terms of territory going upfield, but it's done the job. It's a line out on the 22. They get a little more breathing space.
Completely correct. I mean, with that kick, like you said, it's all about positioning. Where he was standing, he wasn't standing in the middle of the pitch, standing a bit further down to this side. But it seems like it's a turnover now. The Talons is ball in possession. Good carry by the number 8, who presented the ball well down. But it seemed as though he wasn't releasing the ball. The ref has called a penalty to the Prince Edward Tigers, beckoning the Talons to get back to him. They decided to quick tap the ball, drifting it and passing it down the line. Good strong hard carry there, good powerful feet. Seemed like a maul, but the ball has now been placed down. Now we have a ruck. The ball still in Prince Edward's possession. They really want to put points, they really want to add more points there. They have a bit of an overlap here, which they utilize to the best of their advantage, and a try. The second try by the Prince Edward second team. The fly half is the one who dived over the line to put the extra 5 points there. So currently as it stands, the score is 16 points to 10. The Talons are 6 points ahead of the Prince Edward second team Tigers. Good game, TC.
Yeah, very good game. And what I like about that try is how Prince Edward's second team managed to suck the defense of YSL in, creating the overlap. And I mean, the big prop forward had the ball in hand. He could have gone all the way, did the unselfish thing to offload the ball to a better person in a position to attack and score points. And they deserve the 10 points they've scored. That's a good looking kick. It's not gone over, and it brings us to the halftime point. Wise Owl leading 16 points to 10. It's been a good first half.
Definitely. So we're coming to you once again live from Marondera, home of the Talons, Wise Owl Talons. We just have hit the second half. The first half is over. The score currently is 16 points to the second team, Wise Owl Talons, and 10 points to the second team, Prince Edward Tigers. As we take a bit of a break, please stay tuned. Now is your time to go to the bathroom, to go and pop some popcorn, get that beer, get that drink, whatever it is that you may be fancying. And we will see you back in the next 5 to 10 minutes. But all the same, just stay tuned to us. We are Rising Stars, coming to you live from Marondera.
Welcome back to the second half, everybody from wherever you're joining us from. What a first half we had. Wise Owls started so strong. They took a 13-0 lead at one point, and the Prince Edward second team started making their way back into this game, and it ended at halftime 16 points to 10 with the home side leading.
How are you, sir?
Well, it's all to play for now.
I'm trying to ask you, do you have
Prince
your
Edward
first
Tigers,
team
they go
player
for the
list
corner, and that's a really good touch
just,
finder.
we're doing,
Puts them into a
commentary.
really good position
Just call out the names of the boys
to attack from the line out. And the crowd is building in anticipation of the first team game coming up shortly after this. It is the Wise Owl Talons who will be playing the Prince Edward Tigers. But it is the second team encounter right now. 16 points to 10. The home side lead. This is going to be some second half, I tell you. You'd fancy that if Prince Edward want to keep this contest alive, they'll be well served being the next team to score. It's a good line out. The Tigers, second team, here they go. It's the inside center who takes a good line, carries well. Munatsi is with me in commentary. Prince Edward have started this really well, Munatsi.
They've had a good start. It seems like they're doing, like as I mentioned, they probably had a bit of a pep talk from their coach and their captains, on the style of play, the mistakes they made in the first half. And second half is a time for retribution, a time for you to also, play a bit of catch up. As you see the Tigers doing the catch up session there. Good little handoff. Ball still in Pierce's possession. We're in the Talons red zone. Good hands down the line. Good strong hands. Good overlap. Oh, very easy yet necessary try there by the second team of Prince Edward. It seems as though the pep talk has worked some wonders there.
Yeah, it certainly has. I think the halftime talk has really benefited PE well. And one thing I noticed from the try they scored just before the halftime break, Munatsi, it's one thing to create space, it's another thing to utilize it. And they're utilizing it very well. Another case here where they've created the space on the outside and it's really been too easy for their backs to dot it down. Credit to the team for making sure that Wise are being sucked in with the phases, the big boys doing the dirty work, making the backs look good. But it's a team effort at the end of the day.
Definitely, very good, important, classical rugby, as you may say it. You have your forwards coming in with the phases, drawing in the players, and when the time is right, you shoot the gun, hit the ball down the line. You've got your quick, hard, strong running line back players who can carry the ball over the line. And as you can see, the scores currently stands at 16 points to 15 points. A very nail-biting challenge here. 1 point apart. That's what separates the second team boys, the Talons second team, and the Tigers second team. We shall have the restart here from the Talons. We have a game in our hands, TC. 1 point.
We do. It's a 1 point game, Manatsi. And it could go either way. It swung Wise Owls' way early in the first half. Towards the end of the first half, it went towards PE's side. And now the start of the second half, PE, well, they're really playing with some confidence. But that's a great opportunity for Wise Owl. Oh, close. PE supporters would have had their hearts in their mouths there.
PE supporters, a bit of a miscalculated pass there, as you may say, but it seems as though we're going to have a 5-yard scrum to the Talons. Now we are in the territory of the Prince Edward second team Tigers. Another opportunity for the Talons to also just put some points on the board if they stay focused, carry out their good ball carries, strong ball carries. And I think initially they need to just get the scrum right, the ref is now, playing his coaching capacity as well, schoolboy rugby, it's not just a whistle blown and the penalty is considered or whatnot, the ref also has time to coach the boys as well, give them a bit of a word, teach them on what to do.
Yeah, well said there. And Waisal, second team, in a really good position. They are in that 22. They've got an advantage for a high tackle, so they just need to use this. And I want you to notice how the Prince Edward defense is wide. They haven't been sucked in. They're not allowing themselves to be sucked in, whereas when we've seen PE attacking, we've seen Waisal get sucked in. So this is a good defensive system that PE have in place.
Good analysis, because they're gonna try and run down the line like they're doing now, but the numbers are even. But still, this should be a try from the Talons. Good quick hands. Oh, Tigers with the nail-biting defense there. Try-line defense, TC. Try-line defense. The most important defense you ever probably need in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. But Wise Owl are still pressing. They're still asking questions. Oh dear, they've knocked it on, but they had a penalty advantage.
Penalty advantage it is. Both.
Here with the kicking tee is going onto the park. It's a 1-point game like we've said, and this will make it into a 4-point game. So right decision to go for the 4 points here. You've got to take every single opportunity that you get to score points. When you come away from this kind of field position, you need to come away with some points. Good idea there to go for the poles.
100%. It seems like they're going to go for the points. And let's not forget that kicker, the one who had the boots FedExed all the way from the Sables camp there. So I'm thinking probably they want to just try and further this. As you said before, the scoreline currently stands at 16 points to the Talons, 15 points to the Tigers. So, the further away you can get from this 1-point lead, the better, TC. That's what I think.
No, absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more, especially when you've got a lad who's kicking it so sweetly. If it was cricket, we'd be saying it's coming off the middle of the bat. Well, this one, it's coming out of the sweet spot of that foot, and it's missed this time. He's human after all.
Yes, he seems to have, the ball seemed to have drifted a bit more to the side there. No worries, We still have that 1-point lead, or should I say they still have that 1-point lead. The Talons still leading, 16 points, 15 points to the Tigers. We're going to have a penalty, 22 dropout. Tigers decided to drop kick it out, a good hanging ball there. The lad's giving chase. Yeah, a bit of a miscatch there. Yeah, he tried to do a bit of a little step there, but yeah, I mean, better luck next time. Better luck next time.
And the Prince Edward players are making him know all about it. Cheering the knock-on because they know what it means. It means they've got possession of the ball just beyond the 10-meter line. Really good opportunity for them to utilize, take the lead.
Yes,
for the first time in this game.
Yes, my bro. That's classic schoolboy rugby. The intimidation. And with these boys' school, they always come with that bullyish mentality. That intimidation that puts the opposing team off guard a little bit. Makes them lose a bit of focus. But I mean, it's a game, and what's important is the points on the board. And let's see how this scrum pans out. The referee is still unhappy with that. He seems to have called a penalty to the Prince Edward Tigers, who decide to have a quick tap there, run it straight. They want the 5 points. Good, strong, hard carry. The boy put his shoulder down and went in for contact. Still in Prince Edward's possession. Good draw and pass. Fantastic draw and pass. Are we going to see another try? Yes, and it's a try. Second team, Prince Edward, has come with a fire, TC. They've come with a fire. Yeah, that pep talk, or should we say maybe the oranges? Is there some special ingredients that they put in the oranges at halftime, because the boys are playing a lot better rugby. They weren't playing bad rugby in the first half, but now it's a lot better than it was in the second half. I mean, in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you what made that try, Munatsi, it was the short ball. He took the contact, drew two defenders with him, let go of a short ball, great running line, sent it to the winger, scored in the corner. Another classic example of using the space, creating it by sucking in two defenders. His teammate had the decency and awareness to run a good line, and it was really hard to defend. Even the best sides around the world would struggle to defend plays like that.
Yeah. Classic draw and pass. Draw, pass, offload, draw, pass, offload. And here we are. Bit of a silence there for the kick. Unfortunately, it lacks a bit of power there. The direction seemed a bit good, but the power lacked in a bit. So now it's 20 points to the Prince Edward second team Tigers and 16 points to the Talons. So we have a 4-point difference here at hand. The Talons still playing at home. Still also have time, I think, TC, to put more points on the board and make it a bit more competitive.
Yeah, they do have time to do so, and I think it's really important to note that it's the first time Prince Edward's second team have taken the lead in this game, and they should not want to let that go easily. You could see what it meant to them as they scored that try to take them into the lead. Isaiah probably slightly getting into their heads now that, hang on here, is it slipping, not getting the kick to go 10. PE second team with the scrum on the halfway line.
Good 8-man break there. The lad is gone. He's gone, he's running strong, he's running hard. They're not going to stop him. Finally managed to do so, but his teammates were not there to help him out. Yeah, it seemed like it was played on the ground there. His teammates were, should we say, they were too slow for him, or should we say he was too fast for them? Whichever you may take it, but yeah. Hands, playing hands on the ground, and the Talons deciding to kick it out. A good safe kick, safety first is what's important. So now the ball is a bit out of the danger. There's a bit less pressure being put on by the PE Tigers, the second team Tigers, who, yeah, they've seemed to have brought it a lot more this second half. And as you mentioned, they're getting the fundamentals right. Your classic draw, pass, offload. Maybe their rucks need to be polished up a bit more, but they have the lead, and that's what's important, right?
Yeah, it is important. Those fundamentals. A lot of coaches around the world will refer to them not only as fundamentals, but non-negotiables.
Definitely.
You've got to be able to do your basics if you want to reach your fullest potential.
Definitely.
And well, what a game we have here. Can PE second team hold on to their lead? And Wiesel regain the lead again? Whilst all these scrums and knock-ons are happening, time is ticking. Time is ticking.
An 8-man break there by the Talons. Ball not properly handled there. PE takes advantage of that, but the ref decided to call a pen advantage. That was a knock-on from the Talons. You see the PE boys, they're clapping. And TC, for me, I strongly believe that with the second half now comes in a matter of fitness. Which team is fitter than the other. First half, you're all fit, you're all ready, you're all energized. But now, second half, you've taken a few hits, you've done a few runs, done a few carries, done a few cleans. Second half now really defines and shows and shapes and shows us the fitter team of the two.
Yeah, conditioning certainly comes into it. Yeah, especially in such a contact sport like this one.
Yeah, with rugby, it's a full contact sport, and I feel like you need to have muscles even from head to toe. Like literally, your ears should have muscles, your jaws should be strong, your carries must be strong, your upper body, your lower body. It's a full contact sport, so you always need to be prepared and ready and fit. And the less fitter you are, the more likely you are to incur injuries.
And for that very reason, that is why I prefer commentary.
Couldn't agree with you more. PE coming strong again. And they have another try there by the Tigers. The quick 8th-man break, draw and pass. And PE seems to have put points on the board once again. The score line is now 25 points to the Prince Edward second team. Wise Owl haven't put points as of yet this second half. It seems as though the second team of Prince Edward is playing a bit of a dominating role this time around in the second half.
Yeah, and all those attributes that these players need to have is certainly what we saw in the build-up to that try. The strength, the agility, the power to take him over the line, even with the attention of a couple of Wise Owl defenders. And now PE stretching it away from Wise Owl Marunda, second team here. And they certainly need to get a hold of the ball. It's kind of been a game of two halves, hasn't it? Wise Owl started well. They had a lot of the possession early on. It's Edward, yes, they did score in the first half, but they went into the halftime trailing. And Wise Owl have kind of started this second half the same way PE started the first half. And but I think we're not done yet. I think there's still a lot of action to come in this game.
We still have a few minutes left in the game. The kick there, the conversion kick unsuccessful. As it stands now, the scores are still 20 points to 16. Prince Edward second team leading. Restart there from the Talons. Good ball carry. Ball out. A little nice grubber kick in between the space. Good carry, a bit of a tricky ball there, but the ball still. Good follow up there, good follow kick there by the wing from the second team of Prince Edward. The ref has called it. It's a penalty to the Talons, which gives them some time to relieve some of this pressure. Kick the ball out into touch, I would probably presume. Just for them to regain themselves, regather themselves. Yeah, very good attempt to try and keep the ball in play. Prince Edward wants this game now. They've put on their socks, they've pulled up their socks in the literal and metaphorical sense, and they're really playing, as you mentioned before, TC, that the ball is being played out a bit wide. They're playing it out wide, drawing and passing, making full use of the pitch.
Yeah, absolutely, and that kick for touch was headed straight towards us. I think I would have had to go for an HIA and then hit my head.
Talents, they're putting pressure, putting a whole lot of pressure on the Tigers. Pressure seemed to have worked there in the Talents' possession. Good turnover ball from them. Good clean ruck. Ball out. Good carry. Ball down there. We have another ruck there. Still in the Talents' possession, but the ref has called it. Seems like we have a bit of an injury. The ref decided to stop play for the boy to be properly looked at.
Oh, there's a Prince Edward player. Oh, he's up on his feet.
Back
he
up.
wants this win so badly. He's going to play with that niggle.
Back up like a spring chicken. Yeah, but he still has a bit of a limp. I think he needs to sit down and maybe have a bit of intensive look at to see what exactly might have happened with the knock on the knee there. But yeah, TC, with rugby, you barely feel the pain when you're in the pitch. The moment you step off or the moment the whistle goes off is when you then realize, that, oh, I have a grass band there, oh, I was knocked there and whatnot, because there's so much energy and lactic acid building in and testosterone. Yeah. Once that stuff wears off is when you realize, oh, my head is swollen, oh, my knee is buggered up. But in the heat of the moment, you don't feel it. It seems as though the Talents, once again, with their good kicker, which is an easy kick for him this time. Easy little 3 points there to close the gap, which makes the scoreline 20 points to the Tigers, 25 points to the Tigers, and 19 points to the Talents. Coming to you live from Marondera, the home of the Talons. The pitch is Baghdad. The game is second team Prince Edward versus second team Wise Owl, Marondera. Coming to you live from Rising Stars, the home of the Stars. Very good restart there. Still in the Talons position. Good safe kick out. Very good kick. Very, very good kick. Out of the danger, out of the red zone. They try a quick line out there, but the Wise Owl boys were switched on and prevented that from happening. Yeah, a lot of little good professional moves I'm seeing here from the second team. These boys are literally, I hope that their first team coaches are watching these boys play, because I can see a lot of potential in these lads. There are a couple of boys that are standing out that are really, gain the fundamentals correct and showing the coaches that, yes, I'm here second, but put me on next time. I could work for you well.
Yeah, lots of players putting their hand up for that first team jersey. You rightfully said it. And the PE Tigers second team, while they are so far leading on the scoreboard, that's been stolen, but it was in an offside position. And I think they're going to go for 3 points yet again, just to keep chipping away at that deficit.
Definitely. I wouldn't want to call you a prophet here, TC, but it seems as though you may be correct. I just saw the tee being thrown onto the pitch before you even made that call. But as you're saying, the points are necessary at this moment in time. And if the boys' boots are well aligned to the post, I mean, why not give him a chance? We've seen such games like World Cup finals where games have been won with their kickers, So, I mean, my advice is let the boy kick if he has the distance. Yeah, this kick seems it's a bit of deja vu from the first half where he kicked the ball a bit from the halfway line. But I'm sure this time around he's going to really put more power and direction into it. Yeah, a bit of a wayward kick there, almost hitting into his supporters. But yeah, we still have a game in our hands, TC. Still have a game in our hands. Both teams still want it. Both teams, the boys are getting injured in between the pitch, but they get up quickly and try and show that they're not injured. But, as you can see the lad there, he's going to have a further look at off the pitch. But as you can see, he's galloping, trying to test that leg, trying to see if it's okay. Yes, he's testing out those legs there. His legs are back on. His legs are switched on. Both leg, right leg, left leg, switched on, ready to show us some steps. But yes, we have a bit of a restart there. Good catch there from the Talons, number 11. We're still driving forward. Good ruck, good ball out. Good strong hard carry. He's dropped his shoulder a bit more, but he's doing what works there. Still with the Talons. Still in the Talons' possession. Side to go right side on the blind side. Bit of a twisting little slick run down. Ball well presented. Still available for the forwards to carry forward. As you mentioned before, TC, they're doing the classic get the forwards to draw in the players. And now there's a bit of an overlap here on the left side. Oh, big, strong tackle there by the Tigers, the second team Tigers.
He ran into a roadblock there. There was no escaping that one.
Straight into a brick wall, my friend. And I remember when I used to play rugby, it was called a full stop, because you stopped right there and there, stopped in your tracks.
Stopped in Baghdad.
Stopped in Baghdad. Yeah, he hit a landmine. Kaboom! He's been stopped.
They're not going for 3 this time round.
No,
they're going to the corner.
I saw the tee coming on and the boy was probed to go back. They're thinking, the time, 3 points are not enough. We need to get that full 7 points, 5.7 points if possible. So, now we have a line out to the Talons in the second team Prince Edward half in their red zone. But the ball has seemed to be stolen away by Prince Edward. Good turnover ball there. Gives them time to drift the ball down the line. A bit of a tricky decision to be made there. You know, running the ball in your red zone, in your 22. Guess they're trying to draw some players to get the kick out. Finally, a good high kick, but the ref has called it back. It was a bit of a play, an advantage play there to the Tigers, who now have possession. It's still in their hands. Yeah, another unfortunate injury there from the second team Tigers, a boy being led off. I think he should be going there for the TIA, as you mentioned, probably just having a check to see if he's not gotten any concussions. But the game is still on, still very much on. The boys are still hungry. The boys still want to, you know, there's pride at stake. You know, the second team players are really doing their best to show us what they're worth, to show us that we still have a game in our hands. A bit into the second half right now, as the score stands, the second team of Prince Edward are still in the lead. But as you mentioned before, the game is still on. Ball is still being carried. Very good, strong carry there. Finally put down. Landed a bit difficultly there. Hope the head is okay. But you've got a bit of some forward play. The big boys, as you mentioned, TC, the big boys, it's now the big boys' turn. It seemed like there was a knock on there, but now good, strong, overlapping pass. The boy unfortunately didn't notice that he had a support player on his right side. But all the same, the ball has been a bit of a scrappy ball there. Yeah, the ref has called it. The ref has put a bit of stop to this bit of a confusion. Ball now, we are in the Talons half, but it seems as though it's their ball, which they are most probably going to kick out. Gain a few meters. My boy getting a bit of a look at, they may have encountered a bit of a hit in a stint to try and edge closer to the Talons try line. Replacement player quickly put on. You know, the time is ticking away, as you mentioned, TC. So they probably trying their best to also try and increase the lead that they already have.
Yeah. And I don't see why Zal playing in this. The 22, not long to go in the game. They really need to get upfield as soon as they can. And the eighth man with a really good break, jumping his way over tackles, eventually brought to ground just 3 meters short of the halfway line.
Very good hands there. Good hands, good shimmy, good steps, good handoff. Talons want this. Brought to ground. Ball well presented, still in the Talons' possession. A bit of a jackal attempt there by Prince Edward. Oh, good dummy pass. But the ref has called a penalty. The boys of Prince Edward need to get back 10. Quick tap there. The Talons need to get this ball down. They need to get this ball down to their wingers. They have a bit of an overlap to the left side. Hoping they're going to see it, but they choose to go to the right side. Good little dummy and pass. Good draw of hands. Good draw of players. Oh, unfortunate there. Very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. I see you raising your hands and gasping, putting your hands over your mouth.
It was on a silver platter. He just had to indulge.
Just to indulge in it, but pressure, TC, pressure.
Oh,
the pressure
what a
is
game.
on.
What a game this has been. Two sides who have given it all.
It's a bit of tennis here, TC. It's a bit of tennis, you know, we're looking left, we're looking right. I'm pretty sure by the end of this game, I might have a bit of a neck strain here with the back and forth that we're currently experiencing. So you can see a bit of a tussle for the ball there. Quick tap there by the Talons. They need to get these points down. They need to be disciplined. They need to stay focused. They're really close to the try line. Good decisions, good basics, good running, good straight running there. Very close to the touchline. The ref has still called it back. The ball is still in the Talons' possession. They should be on the 5 meter line. Very close. Let's see what decision that they have.
Scrum, calling the scrum.
There, it's going to be a scrum down. It's going to be a scrum down, a very, very important scrum down as it is, TC.
So there's 6 points in it.
6 points in it.
A converted try here wins it for Wisal. Oh my, what drama.
In the Baghdad, you've got to mention in the Baghdad.
In the Baghdad.
It seems as though the war is still on. The war is still on. It's still a bit, I don't know, TC. It's nail-biting stuff here. Nail-biting stuff. I'd like to presume that the time is not as much as it was initially, of course. You know, time is not always going to be stagnant. Time moves, but we need to get these points on. We need to get the game on.
Oh, they've stolen it.
They've
stolen the scrum.
Good, tremendous saved kick, but still in play, still on the talent side. The wing is drifting. Attacked there by the Tigers, the second team Tigers. Pounced on by the Tigers. The ref has put a stop to that. Still in the talent's possession. Not well tackled, their hands in the ruck. Oh, unfortunate knock on there. But they've called it. We have the final whistle. Very good nail-biting stuff here, TC. The scoreline is 25 points to the Prince Edward second team and 16 points to the second team Talents. TC, your quick analysis of the game and how did everything go according to plan as you and may have probably expected? I'm not going to ask which team you were supporting, which team you're rooting for secretly, but
well, the pictures on your screens right now tell the story. Dejected faces and bodies on the ground from Wisal, and it's jubilation from Prince Edward. But what a game we've seen. Rugby was certainly the winner today. Yes, PE take the win, but Rugby won. It was a great game of two sides going absolutely 100% at each other. Wisal went into the halftime break in the lead. PE fought their way back, showed great determination, showed great grit to come back and win in Baghdad. So that was a great game. And obviously, Munatsi, we're waiting for the first team game, which is coming up shortly.
Very brilliant second team curtain raiser there for the first team boys. Yeah, as you said, you know, Rugby won. You see right now the boys are shaking hands. You know, at the end of the day, yes, we compete each other for the 1 hour or so, but at the end of the day, we're all schoolboys. We're all, you know, we're all trying our best to really trust our stuff, and you know, we're all Zimbabweans at the end of the day. Yes, like you mentioned, it was a very good matchup. Very, very good matchup. Very good, scintillating, exciting, electrified rugby. And this is just a second team game. But yeah, it was a bit of a mimic of the first team. I mean, if this game was this good, TC, what more are we going to expect from the first team game?
Oh, we're going to expect absolute fireworks. You know, it's going to be two teams that love playing running rugby going at each other. And we certainly can't wait to call that one, can we?
Definitely, 100%. So now we're going to take a bit of a break as the second team boys do their warm downs. The first team's doing their final preparations. We're coming to you live once again from Marondera, Wisal Marondera, the home of the talents.
Dude,
we're at the Baghdad.
If I do a skillful
and live, brought to you by Rising Stars. In Little London, as you presume. The weather is suddenly changing. But please stay tuned now for the much awaited, much anticipated first team game between the first team Wisal Talents versus the first team Wisal Talents versus the PE Tigers, all the way from Harare, coming to you live from Marondera. We are Rising Stars. So stay tuned and don't miss a step or don't miss a second of the scintillating schoolboy CBZ rugby. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here live, coming to you live from Marondera, house of the Wise Owl Talents. We are here witnessing the first team teams playing. So it's the Wise Owl first team Talents versus the PE first team Tigers. As you are witnessing now, the lads from Wise Owl are coming onto the pitch, and our team list stands as follows.
So it's the first team game, and Wise are lining up. Reginald Mateta, Dylan Matiringe, Lawson Rujua are the front three. Thelson Madziwana and Herbert Chinyere make up the tight five. And Takudzwa, Nyamutswa, Nyasha Muzorewa and Bernard Mujei finish the pack. Donald Hamilton, fresh out of the under-18 Academy Week, he's back to join the Talents this afternoon. Tinonga Mungani, he is the fly half. Malakai Tawaziwa, Melvin Mafuka, Elroy Mpofu make the back three with Victor Muchenje and Blessing Saradina in the centers.
Fantastic. For the Prince Edward Tigers, today we have Academy Chauke, who's the captain, number 1. Number 2, Tawonga Manyame. Number 3, Tanaka Chipenzi. Number 4, Alton Mwenzeka. Number 5, Brendan Sifa. Number 6, we have Sinclair Mandenge. Then at number 7, Tapio Nashe Chigubu. Number 8, Brendan Musekiwa. Number 9, Tafadzwa Gune. The fly half for the Tigers today, we have Ricardo Chinopering Ngweyi. The blindside winger, Takudzwa Mpelo. The number 12, we have Tawanda Nimaunga, who's the vice captain. Number 13, Brightman Mandiklare. Number 14, we have Fitz Gambile. And number 15, Tevin Muneji. Yes, TC, this is a very scintillating matchup. I don't know if you can feel the electricity, the excitement, the vigor that these teams are bringing onto the Baghdad.
Oh, it's palpable. You can feel it. The Wise Owl school children are in full voice. The Tigers will be playing from left to right. They're kicking off to the home side, and we're off. Oof. Oh, there's the physicality straight away, but it is a high tackle above the shoulders. Referee is not happy. So Wise Owl Talents first team will go for the exit early on through their captain.
Definitely, and you know, TC, I know with rugby, these first couple of minutes, these first minutes where you get your first touch, your first tackle in, your first hit and everything, you know, it's the time where your body is literally adjusting, your body is literally, you know, at its peak, as we may say. So these first couple of minutes are really a very defining moment where no mistakes must be made, must do everything perfectly. I mean, you have no reason not to. You're a first team player, you're fresh off the blocks, and you need to show that you have your school pride at stake here. Very exciting rugby so far. Still in the Talents position with the good, strong, hard tackles, the forward boys, the big boys. Oh, a good jackal there from the PE's prop who stole the ball, and now it's in PE's possession. Good hands down, a little chip over kick there. Are we going to see our first try? Oh, ball well recovered there by the Talents of Wise Owl, who have put the ball into the dead ball zone. It should be a 22-meter dropout.
It's a 5-meter scrum.
5-meter scrum. Oh, correction.
And jotted down in goal. So what an opportunity presented itself for the Tigers here.
Correction, yes. Thank you so much for that correction, TC. And it seems as though, you know, with these 5-meter scrums, you know, if you're the team that's defending, you have to put your all. In fact, if you're the team that's also attacking, you also now need to remain focused, remain, you know, on ball, on par, you know, no mistakes, because the silliest of errors, a drop of the ball or a miscalculated pass will cost you dearly. And I mean, with such situations whereby you're literally in sight of the opposition's try line should be motivation enough for you to really ensure that you do everything correct.
Yeah, first set piece of the game in terms of the scrum time. Both sides will be wanting to make a good start to scrums. The first set collapsed and the ref just wants it reset again. There's maybe some blood. It's the medic on the field just having a look at one of the Prince Edward Tigers forwards.
So tell me, TC, from just your eye, which pack do you think weighs the most? Which pack do you think has the most power of the two sides?
I think just from my naked eye, I think Waisal might have the slight edge on PE Tigers in terms of pack weights. In terms of power, I'm not sure. I'll have to see a scrum first to be able to decide that. But I think in terms of pack weights, I think Waisal have a slight advantage.
Yeah, Waisal seems a bit heavier, but you know, it's schoolboy rugby. It's not really about the weight. It's about how you use that weight. It's about how you use the power you have in your legs, in your body. But let's see if the first team Talons' weight will work to their advantage as opposed to the Tigers of Prince Edward. A big shout out to one of our presenters who currently is an ex-PE boy, Ben Muchedzi. He's currently not with us at the moment. He's a bit busy. He's out of the country doing his stuff, but it's a try to the Prince Edward Tigers. They have drawn first blood, TC. We have seen a try that came off the 5-meter scrum, which I mentioned before. You know, that discipline that they maintained equal to them having points on the board. Yes, and I was saying, as I was saying before, a big shout out to Ben Muchedzi, PE ex-boy, ex-schoolboy of Prince Edward. He presents with us usually most of the time. Today he's not with us, but I'm sure he's glued onto his screen watching this game, cheering on his boys, seeing how well the Tigers have started. Yeah, the kick wasn't a bit good, a bit of a drift to the left. It's getting a bit windy here, TC. I don't know if you can feel the wind on your cheeks there. Maybe the wind played a part in that kick.
Yeah, the temperatures have certainly dropped. There's still that breeze across the ground that we saw during the second team game. Prince Edward Tigers, well, they've started this game well. 5-0 up. And that kick might not go the 10 meters. And this is very frustrating for the Waisal head coach, Dallas Kuzorera. He's really not happy with how his team has started the game.
Yeah, the start they've had hasn't been good. We've seen better starts from them in the previous games. A bit of jitters, I suppose. I don't know, they need to maybe lick their wounds a bit more from the midweek game they had against Peterhouse boys over the week. But you know, TC, it's a different game, and if I believe so, the game they played was currently away at Peterhouse. But today, we are here at the Baghdad. They're defending their home ground. So, you know, a lot of pride at stake. Wow, as you can see, a very unconventional standing of the backline from the Prince Edward Tigers. I was really eager to see what was going to pan out from that style of play. But we currently have a maul. The maul is on. But it seems as though the Prince Edward boys are coming in from the side, which in tail resulted in a penalty to the Talons. The ref has called a scrum down. Yeah, a bit of ill discipline there from the Tigers, who've been coming in from the side. Their intentions were good, but they needed to probably come in from the straight and not really from the sides.
Yeah, really good defense there, managing to keep the player up on his feet. And there's going to be an 8-man break. He's a hard runner, but he's also tackled really well. The jackler comes in, but Wiseout play quick ball. It's now in their backs. They are athletic. They can hurt you if you give them space. Passing accuracy not at the desired level that they would want, but they had a penalty advantage. I think the right thing here would be to go for the line out, but they want to run it from fairly deep in their own half, and it's the big boy. He's made some really good carries throughout the season.
Yeah, that's true. Larson Rujua, yes, he's been quite of the boys to watch from the Talons. He's got the feet, he's got the weight, he's got the muscle. Good ball carry there. Good momentum carrying the Talons over. They've gained considerably good yards. Still in the Talons' possession. 7 decide to take it in.
Yeah, Wiseout still phasing the ball up. Phasing the ball up. They've got another penalty. 3 on offer here, but it's been tapped quickly by the 9. No one should touch him. He has to go, and he's still going. He offloads it beautifully. And Tigers scrambling in defense as the Talons get into the 22. They pursue the short side. Someone needs to straighten and cut back in. Eventually, they do so. They want to respond with a try. It's the captain leading from the front, but he's held up.
Held up. It's now a maul. It's now a maul. They need to move that maul. They need to push. The Talons, if they want this try, they need to push. Everyone needs to get involved. They need to straighten up. Know where they are. Look where they are on the pitch. Straighten up a bit. But it seems as though they were pushed out. And we're going to have a line out. Yeah, as I was mentioning that, you know, in the event of you having a maul, as players you need to really look and see where you are on the pitch, because Prince Edward was aware of that and they managed to push the Talons out onto the 22, which eased pressure for them. Also resulted in, it actually should be, it's a penalty, I think, to Prince Edward, who now has possession of the ball. And the ref's having a bit of a chat, just trying to confirm exactly what the whistle had been blown for. It's important, you know, how we know TC at this. Should I say? Should I be hopeful and say currently we do not have, you know, your third referees and all of that at the schoolboy level, but I'm sure it should be something that should be in the pipeline sooner or later for Zimbabwe Rugby.
Yeah, no, it would be nice for the game to go in that direction. I mean, that's where the game's going. But having said that, you know, our officials, especially in that second team game as well, I think they've handled the game really well. So it turns out it was actually a penalty. You were right. Probably some ill discipline from Wiseout. That is a really good kick. Takes play back into Wiseout territory.
Yeah, you know, TC, it's always really tricky. You know, the moment you get in sight of your opposition's try line, you get this excitement, you get this, you know, you need to be composed. As you mentioned before, you need to be disciplined and, you know, be fully aware of the role you play for your team, for you guys to get that ball over the line. But yeah, now the ball, it's a line out to the Tigers, who are just a little bit within the possession, the half of the Talons, who managed to steal that line-out ball, but the ref has called it. It seems as though the ball was not thrown in straight, and it's a penalty to the Talons, who decide to go for a quick tap, making full use of their line. Good ball down the line, bit of an overlap there. Good straight running, deciding to straighten up. Ball still in the Talons' possession, but the ref has called it. Hands in the ruck there.
Yeah,
Prince Edward was just trying to jackal the ball, but it was an unsuccessful jackal, if I may think so.
Yeah, no hands in there. You can't put your hands when the ruck is formed. Referee spot on there. Captain Victor Muchenje kicks it for touch. It's a good touch finder. 5-0 is the scoreline. Tigers getting an early try. Wiseout fighting their way back to score a try of their own. It's coming to you live from Wiseout in Marondera, courtesy of Rising Stars. These are rising stars literally on the field right now.
We are literally witnessing rising stars. we're fortunate enough to witness these stars on the rise. Good little dummy pass there by the number 10, Tingona Mungani. Ball still in the Talents' possession. Quick ball out. Good strong carry by Reginald Mateta. We now have a maul. That ball needs to move, TC. That ball needs to move or it's no longer a maul. Yeah, the ref called it. It seems as though the Princesswood defense is seeming to be foolproof, TC. They seem to be holding up the man when necessary, but still under pressure though.
Yeah, and for me that, in play you take contact and you get held up, means you didn't dominate the contact. Rugby is a contact sport, we've spoken about that. The only way you can recycle a ball is if you dominate the collision, the tackle area, so that you can recycle the ball.
And I think what's important also is some good low running. I mean, for you to get held up, if you're running low, it's very hard for a player to pick you up and make you stand up, but if you're running incorrectly, you pose a threat to be held up, which is what we just witnessed there. But the ball still in the Talents' possession. We're in the half of the Tigers. Good ball out, good strong run by the number 3, Larson Rujua, sorry. Good strong meters carried there. Good little quick hands. Little jump step, good step there from the number 14, Melvin Mafuka, with the little magic feet. Good pick and drive there by the Talents, but held up still. Let's hope this time they're going to be able to push this maul out, but the power of the Prince Edward boys also going to definitely prevent that from happening. Yes, and then the ref has blown for that. The boy was held up, and it is to the advantage of the Tigers. TC, you seem to be sitting in the wrong seat at the moment.
So I think being a rugby coach myself, that is one of the most irritating things a player can do when you go into contact and you get held up.
And you tell these lads that run low.
Yeah.
Ball in hand, run low as you can. Ball touching, your head should literally be touching the ground. But yeah, I'm sure sooner or later they're going to get it correct. Or maybe someone in the coaching staff of Wise Owl has a little microphone or is also streaming live and whispering to the coach. With these boys you need as much help as you can get. Because at the end of the day, you need to get that win at all costs. Bit of a missed kick there. But the ref decided to put a stop to that play. Another retake of that scrum. Very, very red territory here for the Tigers. They are under a bit of pressure. This is where you see how strong your defense comes into play, how strong the boys are going to defend their try line.
Absolutely, and also your exit. They've got the scrum here, so they really need to exit well. That kick, fortunately, there is an advantage. Looks like they're going to go straight off the scrum. They're not going to phase it up before exiting. And able to turn the defenders, which makes it a good kick, and he's under incredible amount of pressure. A kick is only as good as its chase. That was a magnificent.
It's a fantastic kick, also accompanied by a very good chase there by the wing. The boys are now out of the danger, and that's what's important, TC. It's a line out to Prince Edward. Currently first half. The score still stands 5 points to the Prince Edward Tigers. The Marondera Wise Owl Talents still yet to put points on the board. But very good, evenly matched lineup. Good, strong carry, but quick turnover there by the Talents. Good little step. Ball still with the Talents, who are gaining the well-required meters. But as you can see, TC with the Tigers, they're putting on a bit of a quick press, which is pressure on the Talents.
Yeah, good pressure being applied by Wise Owl. You just tend to feel that they need to hang on to the ball for a bit longer. They haven't had many phases and they've had a couple of turnovers, from being held up and everything. But I think they just need to settle. 5-0, it's not a scoreline that you'd feel it's out of reach. Just settle, relax, don't let the occasion become the bigger thing. Settle, stick to the process, play again.
Composure is what I can hear from what you're telling me, that these boys need to be composed and need to just, because I think Prince Edward is doing a bit of rushed defense. So with them rushing on to the talents, it's forcing them to make very unnecessary, clumsy little mistakes. But, we still have the game in hand, still in the first half. Things are still going well for both teams. 5-point difference. But as you can see, the boys still energetic. The boys still eager. They're still keen. You can see the number 14 there of Prince Edward. He's having a bit of a dance there. Fitz Gamble is his name. Having a bit of a dance, trying to ease the nerves. I myself, TC, was once a winger, and sometimes the wing gets really boring. The wing side gets boring. When you have no ball, you have to make some entertainment for yourself. Keep yourself warm. In
that case, I don't blame him for dancing.
A bit of a dance, a bit of a shimmy, trying to show us his dance moves, showing us that he's got the moves like Jagger, I would like to think.
I think he's doing it more to, just to get in the face of the Wise Owl supporters. They are playing the beats and he's dancing to their beats.
Definitely, schoolboy rugby at its best. Schoolboy rugby at its best. Now we have a scrum down. 2 Prince Edward in their half. Good scrummaging there. Ball out a bit high, but caught well. Good set play move, but unfortunately not caught correctly. Turnover to the talents. We have the captain there, really fighting for the ball. Victor Muchenje. Big strong carry by Lasson Mujua. Presented the ball well to the talents. Oh, the Tigers picked him out there easily.
Yeah, no advantage played there. I really like how the referee is trying by all means not to blow the whistle too much. He's allowing that advantage, and when he feels there's no advantage coming, then he blows. Everyone here wants to see the kids play rugby. No one wants to see the ref take over the show, and I think he's handled this one brilliantly.
Definitely. I actually also do appreciate the way that the ref is trying to maintain this flow of rugby, taking heed of the advantage that is there, and if it's over, then it's over. But you've given the boys a chance to run with the ball and strut their stuff, as they say. Good Ekman break there from the talents. Good, well presented ball. But the refs seem to not be happy by that, and it should be a scrum down to the talents. It should have been an offside there I think it should have been the flank or the scrum of the Tigers, Tafazo Gune. It's now a scrum to the talents. Good ball out. A bit of a mix there, bit of a jackal steal there, but the ref has called no advantage still, and we're going back to the initial infringement. TC, good decision to go for post.
Superb decision. Cuts the deficit to just 2 points if you get it over, and just that psychological advantage of having points on the board. You're no longer on the dreaded naught, in cricket referred to as a duck yet to get off the mark.
Yeah, 100%. And it's just good to get points on the board. Yeah, they may not be the required points, but closer and closer, you're going to edge closer to the ball. The kick is being carried by the captain, Victor Muchenje. Has very good kicking abilities. And it's over. So the first team talents have 3 points on the board. The score line currently stands at 5 points to the Prince Edward first team Tigers. The first team Wise Owl Talents just put 3 points on the board. Very good kick there by their captain, Victor Muchenje. We're going to have a restart now. Prince Edward. Ricaldo is just gave us the restart. The good long hanging ball there. Good follow-up kick there from his teammate, but the ref has called the knock-on. It's a knock-on, yeah, it's a knock-on. But you can see how the Prince Edward Tigers are also still really motivated. You know, they're hyping each other up, giving each other high fives left, right, and center. They're enjoying themselves. And yes, TC, we are in the Baghdad, but we are playing rugby. The ball is unevenly shaped for a reason. You know, the ball can bounce in any direction. The wind can go in any direction. It just depends on how well you play. Good kick out there by the captain. P decides to reply with another kickback, being chased on there by Fifth Gamble, number 14. But the ref has called it back. We shall see a 22 dropout. The ball didn't really quite go according to plan, so we're gonna have a bit of a kick out there. Safety first, TC. I always think kicking, I always used to hate kicking, but then once you learn to appreciate the meters you gain, like that kick, very good kick, gained a lot of meters but picked up, still in play. A bit of a slip there by the Tigers, but still in their possession. The forwards are there to support their player. Good carry by the number 1, Academy Chauke, that's the captain. But the ref has called a penalty. And TC, please, can you please prophesy and tell us what the Talons would choose to do before we see the T come onto the pitch?
Well, I didn't need to prophesy this time. As soon as the ref's arm went on, the kicking tee was on its way onto the ground.
Like clockwork, I tell you.
Yeah. Well, this will take them into the lead by 1 point if he gets it over. I hope I have not put the commentators' curse.
The commentators' curse. Definitely
Touch wood.
is a play. But let's see what the captain, Victor Muchenje, bit of a silence there.
Respecting the kicker.
Good height, good depth.
Missed it.
Oh. Unfortunately, the kick weighed a bit to the right side. The intent was there, the height was good. The direction was a bit off. But we praise him for his attempt to try and give them a 1 point lead. So now we're currently going to have a 22 kick dropout to the Tigers. Coming to you live from Marondera, live from the Baghdad.
I wonder if they actually did derive that name from Iraq or something with a... I would love to hear the story behind.
Yeah, there's always a story behind the naming of these pitches, eh? Visionary pass there. Very good ball, drifting down to the wings. Strong carry, inside pass. Talon still in possession. Ball down, well presented. Still in the Talon's possession. Tigers really defending, really showing them what defense is. The Talons driving forward, gaining meters. Oh, this boy, Larson Mujukwa, he carries the ball. You gain at least 5 meters is what I'm seeing, TC.
Yeah, he's a really, really good ball carrier. It's a big boy, and this is good defense from Prince Edward. They've managed to soak that pressure and enforce the turnover, which they've taken quickly. And it's the halfback who goes off on a little dart. He's brought to ground 5 meters short of the halfway line. Onto the halfway line they go now. The Jackal is good. He's on his feet, says the referee. So Waisal back on the attack immediately.
Very good play there by Waisal. Very, very impressive play. And now the boy came in high, but brought down to ground. But the whistle has been blown. The ref seems to be a favorite of the Tigers, clapping him, attempting to give him high fives. That's a bit tricky there. I don't think it's good to high five the ref during a game.
I thought my eyes were, I thought it was an optical illusion.
Excitement, I suppose. The Tigers are excited with the calls the ref is making. Yes, it should have been a high five. I saw the boy literally bring his hands out to the ref to try and thank him for that. But I would like to think the ref is a very fair player. He has no sides here. He's just doing his job.
What's a high five?
It was actually 10.
High 10.
High 10. High 10.
I thought I had seen it, but I wasn't sure.
I'm telling you. When I used to play against PE, we always used to experience these boys are very intimidating. TC, they always come with the intimidation tactics. Very unfortunate. If that pass had gone through, we would have seen a potential try there. But the ball is presented to the talents in their half. That boy came on a bit too quick though. Ref is playing advantage. Here's the big boy with the carry. A little bit of meters gained there. Very good ball. Down still in the talent's possession. Tackler not rolling away, but he seemed to have done so successfully. Still in the talent's possession. On number 9, Donnell Hamilton with the ball, but yeah, a bit of a miskick there. So the ref has called it. The Talents need to go back 10. The Tigers have possession. Seems they decide to go for the distance. The boys want to go for the full 5 or 7 points as opposed to the 3, which is very brave of them, but also I feel very necessary. TC, I don't know what you think.
Yeah, well, a change being made here by wise our coach. It's the number 1, it's Reginald Mateta.
Yeah, he had a good game. He served the boys well. He needs to have a bit of a rest there. Still have the game very much in hand. Very much driving forward, Prince Edward. A bit straight up there. We had a bit of a maul, but brought down. The ball is with Prince Edward. Very good drifting, double pass, but ball ripped out of the hands there. Yeah, but the ref seemed as though the Talents were not back 10 enough, and it's going to be a scrum on the 5-yard line, deep within the Talents territory. It's Prince Edward's scrum. Score currently still stands at 5 points to the Tigers, 3 points to the Talents. Good ball out, good switch of play from the blind side. Are we going to see our first try? Second try from the Prince Edward Tigers. Very good defense there by the Talents. Very good, strong try-line defense there. Oh, the boys are coming in a bit too high, being driven all the way back. Very good hard pressing. A nice little kick there. Let's see how this ball lands. But the ref has called it back to the initial infringement. Very good visionary kicking there by the fly half Ricardo Chino Peringwa of Prince Edward. It seems as though, are we seeing a kicking tee anywhere close by this, TC?
No kicking tee as yet.
Good quick tap there. The number 1 Academy Chauke with the carry. Right on the line. Has the ball been placed down? Yes, and we are seeing a try from the PE Tigers. So that is now changed our scoreboard from 10 points to the Tigers and 3 points to the Wise Owl Talents. Very good forward play there from the PE Tigers. It seems, as you had mentioned initially, that the Talons forward seem a bit heavy, but it seems as though the Tigers are not letting that get the best of them.
Yeah, they aren't, and they had an opportunity to take the 3 points, but they backed themselves. They want to get a 5-pointer. So really good decision, making confident stuff, making their intentions very, very clear. And they take a 10-3 lead now with the kick to come. It's a challenging kick in the corner, but we've seen some of these go over today.
Yes, TC. Good height, good direction. But it seemed to have drifted a bit to the side. Yeah. You know, I'd give these kickers advice that I'd usually see, like a bit before. If it's a bit windy, pick up a little bit of grass or sand, throw it in the air and see where the wind is blowing to, and maybe use that to your advantage. That's what I used to do when I used to kick, but hey, I used to kick when I was in under 14 rugby, so.
Well, the only advice I can give a kicker is kick it through in between the poles.
Simple, plain and simple. Spoken like a good coach. The fundamentals, just kick it through no matter what you're doing. You can head it through, knee it, as long as it's going through in between the posts. A reply of a kick there from the Tigers. Well handled there by the Talons, who are running straight to them. The 6 line of support play. The captain seems to have covered the ball. Very good intended kick to Marvin Mafuka, the number 14. But the ref has called it back. He has cancelled out that advantage play. The Tigers need to get back 10. So ball to the Talons. Yes, TC, are you going to call it for us?
Yep, points, 3 points.
3 points, 3 points, 3 points. As it stands, 10 points to the PE Tigers, coming all the way from Harare to face the Wise Owl Talons in Marondera. In the Baghdad. I love that word. It's catching on to me really well. I see myself saying it in my sleep tonight at home.
I'm taking a trip to Baghdad tonight.
Yeah, this kick is very important. Very good, beautiful, composed kick there by the number 12, Victor Muchenje. The halftime whistle has been blown. Yes, coming to you live. This is Rising Stars. The scoreline currently stands 10 points to the Prince Edward First Team Tigers. 6 points to the Wise Owl Talons. We are here in Marondera. Stay tuned. Halftime break. You can stretch your feet, take a bit of a walk, run to the fridge, run to the bathroom, whatever you need to do. As the boys get a bit of rest, get a bit of team talk from the respective coaches. Let's see what the second half has in store for us. So please stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here in Marondera, the second half. Prince Edward leading 10 points, 6 points to the first team Talons. The beginning of the second half, a bit of a missed kick there from the Talons, so we're going to bring the ball back to the halfway line. It's going to be a scrummage to the PE Tigers. Good scrum. 8-man's break there. Trying to get the ball over, but good pressure there by the Talons. Very good pressure, very good pressure.
Yeah, good pressure early on. They needed that after that kickoff that they couldn't get 10 meters, so they got the ball back. There's a lot to say between the players out there, and I'm pretty sure it's not how are you.
Should be are you ready to take a seat once I run through you?
Yeah.
But the boys are back, energized, ready. Had a few words from the coaches, respective coaches. Let's see what magic they're going to bring to the pitch this time around. Still in the Talons' possession. Good ball drifting down the line. Good hands there, good carry. Few meters gained. Bit of a little sidestep there. Ball still in the possession of the Talons. Good, quick, confident hands. Good ball carrying. The presentation there is a bit tricky, a bit of an attempted jackal steal there, which resulted in the ball being brought back. It's the Talons' ball still, just a little bit within their touch. The captain gives it a kick into space. The captain, Victor Muchenje. A lot of I don't know if vocality is a word, TC, but the boys are being very vocal.
No, they are.
Very much intimidating each other, urging each other on, touting, as you say.
Yeah, we are doing commentary, but they are saying a lot more than we are on that part.
Which is exciting to see, you know. That's schoolboy rugby at its best, TC. Schoolboy rugby at its best, and you know, such games bring in such characteristics, such mannerisms there. You see the big boy there, Lashon Mujukwa, probing his team members on. He wants it, and you know, if you see a lad like that, I'm telling you, if I was on the principal side, I would try my best to not make sure he doesn't get the ball, or not even give him ball in space, because if he comes to you, this boy will come to you like a 10-ton truck.
And I would not stand in that way.
Couldn't agree with you more, TC. But currently we have a line out to the Talons. We are in the Tigers' half. Score as it still stands, 10 points to the Tigers, 6 points to the Talons. Live from Marondera, brought to you by Rising Stars Media. The Rising Stars are the ones we're here currently showing you live and direct. Yes, the refs notice a bit of some hands there. Quick tap there by the Talons, who are really close to this try line. Few passes down, good hands down. Beautiful drive by the number 15, Alre Mpofu. Wise Owl has put an extra 5 points on the board.
Oh, what a try. They created the space, and oh my goodness me. The quality of pass is what stood out for me. Between those backs, getting the ball, and why not dive and score that try to the cheer of all the Wise Owl fans out here in Baghdad.
Exceptional play there in the Baghdad. I couldn't have said it any better, TC. We're in the Baghdad, and I mean, there's no safer place for a Wise Owl player to dive than to dive on the Baghdad pitch. A pitch that you're more very confident on, and you know the soft spots, and you know where to play. So it's currently the score 11 to the Talons, 10 points to the Tigers, as we wait for our El Capitano, Victor Muchenje, to potentially give us an extra 2 points. Oh, unfortunately, a bit of lack in power there, but all the same, a very good attempt. But a quick restart there from the Tigers. Bit of a sneaky thing they did there. The boys not ready, but seems like the Talons picked it straight up and woke up quickly. As quick as that was taken, the Talons were quick to get back and were ready for the ball. Good strong carry by Ruchukwa. Little dummy shimmy pass there from the Talons who are still in possession. Oh, a bit of some miscommunication there from the boys. A knock on there by the Talons, which resulted in a scrum to the Prince Edward Tigers.
Yeah, and they had the momentum, didn't they? After scoring that try, they just needed to hang on to that ball. Unfortunately, though, they couldn't do so, and PE now have an opportunity. As the co-commentator said, take the lead for the first time in this game.
Some nail-biting stuff here. 1 point lead, though, you know. It's very scintillating. I'm enjoying each and every second of this game. Little chip over from the fly half, Tafadzo Agune.
Well done, well done.
But all the same, good meters gained there. We are now in the Talons half. Very good, intelligent play there by Prince Edward.
That's a great kick. Really, really good kick. That's a tactical kick that's gained his team great territory. They'll be looking to spoil at the line out here.
100%. It seems as though the Tigers also made a few changes at the halftime. We have Craig Mvochora, number 21, for the very good play there by the Tigers. Held up. Has it been held up? Yep, the ref has called it. It seems as though we're going to have a 5-meter scrum. To me, it looked like the ball had been placed down by the Tigers, but it was a knock-on. A knock-on is what resulted there. Still a lot of pressure being put on now. The Talons are a bit of under the bit of some pressure because the ball, where the Tigers are in their red zone. Mr. Scrum to the Talons, however. Good scrum out. Good press there from the Tigers, prevented the kick out to be successfully carried out there, but the ref has called it. Seems as though the boys of Prince Edward were offside there. Gives the Talons some time to kick the ball out. Good long high kick into safety. Safety first, TC, safety first.
Absolutely, safety first there. Prince Edward Tigers flanker guilty of not being fully bound before the ball was out, so there was a lot of pressure being piled onto the Talons there from the Tigers. So the clearance kick is good. Now they need to win their line out.
Well recovered there. Ball's going down the line. Bit of a miscatch there. The ref has called it. Knock on from the Talons.
Didn't want to give him the ball.
Can you see the urgency coming there from the Tigers? They know that it's just a point that separates them from this win. Separates them from getting their second win of the season thus far. Currently licking their wounds from the also very close encounter they had with Eaglesville. The Tigers, they lost that game unfortunately, but they're here, you know, to gain some redemption.
What a result that was for Eaglesville.
It's a very good gameplay there by the Tigers. I mean, by the Eagles of Prince Edward. Fast break there, wing break there. Are we going to see our try?
Yeah, in touch. Foot in touch.
Foot in touch. The hair, the back of my head had risen up. TC, I thought that was a try. Thought that they had increased the gap, but the Talons' defense is very solid. But you see some fundamental mistakes that happened there.
Yeah, not in straight at the line out gives the PE Tigers the scrum in a very, very good position, field position that is inside the 22, and they will dearly love to come away with points here.
Yes, the Tigers need to capitalize on this, and they need to take advantage of it fully. It's their ball. They have the pack. They have the skill, the determination. 8th man's break there. Ball well presented, pick and drive. Ball placed down. But again, the basics. The big boy is deciding to do the quick tap himself to take the boys on. Ooh, very good hit there. Ball brought down to ground. Still very much within reach for the try line. The Prince Edward boys, but the ref is blown again. I don't think he liked that tackle, TC.
Yeah, I think it might have been no arms or height. Those are the only two possible things I can think of here.
Yeah,
no, it's a knock on.
Oh,
I'll have the scrum. So that hit from
Rujua with a big hit there. Yeah, that was medal against medal there.
And those were two big boys.
Two big boys. They're clashing. I don't know if you heard the sound of those bones clashing.
I could feel the vibrations on the ground.
But yeah, we are still here. The ball is now in the possession of the Talons. They have the scrum. They have the potential possibilities to get this ball out of the red zone. Good scrum, good push there. Still out, they decide to run it out. 8th man's break in their 22. You don't see that every day, do you, TC? But confidence is key, I suppose. Good high kick out. Not really chased there by the Talons because the ref seemed to have blown the whistle.
In front of the kicker.
In front of the kicker. Once again, ball is in Prince Edward's possession. They need to make use of this. They're within sight of the try line. But still played on the ground. Quick ball quickly taken there by the Talons. Good strong chase. Unlucky kick of the ball. Very scintillating stuff there, but the ball well recovered by the Prince Edward player. The ref has called it.
Yeah, playing the man without the ball as he was chasing his kick there. You cannot lay your hands on a player who does not have possession of the ball. Brilliant call by the referee there, and Wiseau will take 3 points. Well, they will attempt to take 3 points. If only it was that easy, you could just take them.
Just take them. Literally a steal of a penalty kick. But I get what you're saying and why you said that, because the angle of the ball and the distance isn't too far. The Talons captain and kicker, Victor Muchenje, has been kicking pretty well. But it seems as though the number 22 of the Talons is the one who's going to attempt this kick. Which was unsuccessful, unfortunately. So as the score still stands, it's 11 points to the White Owl first team Talons, 10 points.
I wonder why they changed their kicker. Munatsi?
Yeah, I guess the captain decided to make that call. Maybe he wasn't confident enough to get that kick. Because if my memory serves me correct, TC, it seems as though, well, I'm guessing from the style of kicking, it seemed as though it was the kicker who was playing for the second team, if I stand to be corrected.
Yeah, that was him.
Good strong run, a bit of butterfingers, but the Tigers now have possession. They're driving forward. The forwards are there to support their player. Pick and drive. Closer, edging closer to the try line. Held up, but still in the Tigers' possession. Bit of a jittery pass, but the ball is still being run down. Good straight running there. Good strong running there by the Prince Edward Tigers, who's been brought to ground. Good pick and drive. Are we seeing a try? Is this going to be
double movement, no try. Double movement, no try.
Wow. This is good. This is good rugby. Good rugby. The Talons are not letting out. The Talons are holding onto that 1 point lead. Holding onto it so closely. Like a baby. Very tightly contested. TC, this 1 point is very, it seems to be very, very delicately handled here. Held very closely. The boys are playing it, giving it their all. They're holding the ball to their chest. They're remembering the school pride and everything is at stake here. Little quick line out there from the Talons.
I've barely got any more nails left on my fingers. This is so nail biting.
Nail biting stuff. Nail biting stuff here. Delicate lead, but the Talons are still holding on to it. Scintillating stuff. A little bit of a pep talk there amongst the forwards, strategizing on how they want this line out to go. A bit of time, I suppose. There's an injury at the far end of the pitch there. Gives the boys time to regroup, rest a little bit, and to re-strategize and to either maintain the lead. But you know, the thing is with rugby, TC, it's different from soccer where you can park the bus. In rugby, you cannot park a bus. If you park that bus will either get clamped and get carried away. You know, with rugby, you can have all your players come back to defend, but in soccer, you can have all your 10 players back to defend. But in rugby, not everyone can come back and defend because everyone is defending, everyone's attacking. It just depends on who has the ball. Line out to the Talons, within their half. Another retake of that short line out. Rujukwa with the ball down, jackled out there. The Tigers have to go back 10. It's now with the position of the Talons. Captain Fantastic is going to give us the kick out into space. Not out in the full, but they're coming with the chase. A bit of a dummy place there. Never seen that before, TC, but I hope that was a good decision that they made. Bit of a scrappy ball there, but caught on well by the Talons, who have decided to drive forward. Ball well presented in the ruck. It's all about who wants it now. Good still carry, a little attempt of a grubber kick there, but the Tigers still well within possession, deciding to run the ball out instead of kicking it. Good little dummy pass. Switch play. Oh, big boy Rujukwa is not having it. He wants that ball. He's turned that ball over, and it's now in the Talons' possession. Good, strong, straight running there by the number 2, Dylan Matingire. The ref has called it. A bit of a high tackle there by the Tigers.
And they're calling for posts here. The assistant referee has something to say to the on-field referee. Probably something off the ball, a little bit of foul play maybe. The communication between the 3 officials has been really, really good throughout the game.
It's been relentless. I'm enjoying it as much as they don't have, you know, the necessary equipment where they can easily speak to each other over radio lines, but you know, it's good that they're still in communication with each other. You know, yes, stop plays for a few seconds, but it's necessary for the correct call to be made. And it seems as though it's going to be a scrum to the Talons. Tempers are high. You know, bodies have been battered. Everyone been thrown left, right, and center. The boys giving it their all. As you can see on the pitch, there's so many injuries that we're experiencing right now, which shows the level of commitment and energy and vigor that all of these boys are playing. All 30 of these boys are giving it their all. And it seems that these injuries also are enabling little pep talks to be done, as you can see with the Prince Edward boys getting a bit of their pep talk from their captain, who is on the sideline at the moment. But he's that 16th man. He's trying his best to give it his all.
So it's a 1-point game. Wise Owl, the home side, they are leading 11 points to 10. When I see, oh, what a game. I mean, 1 point. This could go either way. Field position right now, or Wise Owl will be the happier team. They are inside opposition territory. PE have it all to do to get upfield, to get points, or to try and enforce that penalty that they need to convert. But what a game this has been. Low scoring, but not a lack of intent. Oh, he's bust through. He's got one to beat. He goes direct, but there's a roadblock. They want to check your Sonara there.
Definitely roadblock there. A full stop, but the Tigers are still pressing forward. Still pressing forward. Stolen by the Talons. The Talons have managed to get the ball out of danger. TC, what a game.
Telling you some of the hits in this game. Oh my word, I can feel them off the pitch and I'm nowhere near there.
Yes, as we just saw that roadblock that you mentioned, Sonara needs to really come through with all its papers to check and see if that was legal. But I mean, if the ref didn't call it, then I guess that was a legal roadblock.
Can't be much long to go in this game. I think we're in the nervy endings of the game. You have to be clinical. Try and make no mistakes.
Minutes away, 57 minutes to be exact, TC. 3 minutes left in this game. And like you said, it's nerves now. It's nerves, discipline, character. It's what you need to have here too. 1 point?
Oh, whoa.
Good catch there. Very good catch.
What a catch.
But boy must play cricket.
I thought he was fielding in the slip cordon.
Looks like you have some cricketers in the pitch. Quick tap there by the Talons. But the ref has called it.
They're going for 3. They're going for the 3.
I wouldn't have it any other way, TC. Oh, a quick tap. Stand to be
my
correct.
word. It's a big boy.
Ruchukwa coming forward with the ball. Good carry. This should be on the line. This should be on the try line or just before. Good low running there.
The kicking team hasn't made it off the field yet.
They still believe that some form of points is going to come through from this. But it seems as though the Talons were held up. If I stand to be corrected, TC, they were held up.
Held up, goal line dropout. They should have gone for the 3. Will that come back to haunt them? Well, we'll find out. What a game.
Ooh, the kick is also a bit unintentionally landing where they wanted it. The Talons are back on the attack, taking full advantage of this. Side steps left, right, and center. Shoelaces untangling left, right, and center. The Talons still edging forward. Good strong hit, ball down, well presented. Advantage play there. Quick hands down the line. But a bit of unfortunate play. But I tell you now, TC, anytime now the whistle will be blown.
Oh, the tee's on. It's on quicker this time. They're not going to tap this one.
The question should be, did the tee ever leave the field? It was probably just the camouflage, since it's green, it was probably camouflaging into the grass. But now, the 3 points, very necessary, very important. I think this was a good decision on their half, you think?
Yes, and it's a very important kick. Very important kick. The wind, the breeze, you spoke about it earlier. The captain, cometh the man, cometh the hour.
He should be taking his time. The clock runs down. The kick wasn't successful. This wind, I suppose. Should we blame it on the wind, TC?
I don't know, maybe he's not wearing Ian Pryor's boots like the second team chap was.
Yeah, we need to identify that second team chap and see what shoe size he has on. Hopefully, Victor Muchenje wears the same shoe size, but yeah, it's been a bit of an unlucky day for him today. It's just fortunate enough that, you know, the teammates are there to back him and still maintain this lead. Good hands down the line. Good swish down the line. Good running. Good draw and pass there from the Talons, but brought down to ground. Still within play. But the lad had gone for the quick break on the blind, but it seemed as though he wasn't too sure if he was running within the field there.
Foot in touch. The chalk puffed some dust and the AR raised his flag.
TC, that flag was raised so quick because the boy literally was about to dive. He thought he had seen himself through. But yeah, we're grateful for these touch linemen who are able to reprimand these boys.
There are some people in the crowd who literally cannot sit down. They are on their feet. They are watching this game with such intensity because it's a 1-point game, everybody. Wise Owl have been given a scrum on the 5-meter line. Is this the moment they've been waiting for?
This is amazing. This is the scintillating stuff we came all the way here for. You said it's a 1-point lead. It should be one second left in the game. Very good defensive tackle there by the Tigers. But the ref called it.
Tip tackle.
Tip tackle. Quick tap there. This should be a try by the Talons.
There is!
Beautiful try by the Marondera Wise Owl Talons. Right on the brink of the second half ending there. Should we call this, TC? Should we call this game?
16-10 with the kick to come. They took the quick tap. They didn't want 3 points anymore. They want the 5, and they got the 5, and they can add the cherry on top with the 2 points.
This is great. This is what rugby. This is what schoolboy rugby is all about. Never give up.
And it's awesome. It's just simply awesome. It's been an absolute amazing atmosphere out here in Wise Owl at Wise Owl Marondera in Baghdad.
In Baghdad. Thank you for mentioning that. We are in the Baghdad. The Talons have shown that this is our home. And when you come to our house, we serve what we feed you.
And the headmaster of Wise Owl's walking past us, going on it. He's got a wide smile on his face, loving every moment.
Brilliant stuff, brilliant rugby. This game is as good as over. It's a whistle away.
A converted try will do it.
It should be.
A converted try from PE. I don't think I can handle any more drama in this game. I've reached my full capacity of drama.
Are you going to cover your eyes and wait for the whistle to be blown?
I think so.
Because we still have a game in our hands. Seems like we still have some time on the clock. The Tigers, some last minute phases there. They need to be disciplined now. They need to watch their phase moves. Quick little runs there. Good ball carries. Everyone is sidestepping from the number 1 to the number 15. Good carry, good jackal steal there from the Talons. But the ref has called it back. It's a penalty to the Prince Edward Tigers. Let's see what decision they're going to make. Of course, they're not going to go for post, which they
obviously feel they've got enough time to get 3 points and then try and give it one last burst at the end. But I would have gone for the converted try.
Definitely, definitely. I feel as though they may not really be well aware of the time that they do not have on their side. The converted try would have made more sense because this just give them 3 points but still not give them the win, TC.
Yeah, and right now the clock is ticking. So if they were taking 3, they needed to take it quickly so the game can go back. Do not be surprised to hear the full-time whistle not so long from now. The kick is good. We've still got time. We
still have a game on our hands there. We still have a bit of time, and I guess the decision may have worked in their advantage or not. Only, should I not say time, only 5 or so minutes will tell to see if the Talons will be able to maintain this lead or will the Tigers put an end.
16 points to 13.
3-point difference there. Tigers running strong and hard. Good strong run there by the number 2. Good play there by the number 3, Rujukwa, who did a jackal steal there, which resulted in PE having to play hands on the ground, ball on the ground, sorry. And as you may guess, we are seeing the green tea again, TC.
Yeah.
The green tea is doing its works. The kicker, number 11, Malachi Tawaziwa. This should be his first kick of the game.
It is indeed.
And probably his last, but the kick is good, but unfortunately he's swayed a bit to the right side.
They
failed to get those 3 points.
Their kickers a bit too much for my liking this afternoon, Manatsa.
Yeah, I think we've seen about 3 or 4 different kickers in this game thus far from the Talons. But the game is still on. PE with the kick out. Bit of a tricky catch there. Caught well there by the number 21 from the Talons. Good long pass there to the touchline. Touchline play, ball brought back inside still by the number 8, Bernard Mujeni, who's been brought down to ground. Good, strong, hard carry there. The boy put his shoulder down and decided to make it a crash landing. The Tigers still need to get back 10. Good, powerful hit there.
Get off the railway track. The train is coming.
Choo choo. Another quick tap there. From the Talons, they're in control of this game. Quick hands. Oh, unfortunate pass there. That seemed to have gone a bit wayward.
Wayward forward. Knock on.
Knock on. I think I should probably try and give it a shot at rapping there. Wayward forward.
Yeah.
Knock on pass.
I think you'd be good.
We seems to have a man down there from Prince Edward. It's not a good time for these boys to be getting injuries now. Because the clock is still ticking, very much so. TC, time waits for no man. The only time you can pause time is when you're watching a movie or a series. But this is live, as I mentioned to you, we're coming to you live from Marondera, home of the Talons, on the Baghdad. Currently, the Talons are leading. The Tigers are really trying, but the ball has been stolen again by Rujua, who gave a good drive down. Ball well presented, but the ref has called it. Hands in the ruck there. The ball needs to be given to the boys. They want to attempt to have a quick tap.
Surely this one cannot be missed.
TC, I can bet my last dollar that if either you or I were given the chance to kick this ball over the post, we would have no choice but to do so. But with the pressure, very sure, very certain kick there, in between the post. The ref, do we still have time, Mr. Referee? Bit of a discussion there. The refs are having a bit of a discussion there. The ref's whistle has been blown. After having some discussions with his linesmen, it seems we still have a game in hand. The Tigers are still really trying their best to
register their second win. This will be their second win of the season. They beat Hillcrest earlier on. They haven't had results go their way, and this one was one they would have really wanted to come out to Baghdad and take a win. But Wiseau, they've taken 2 losses themselves against St. John's Rams and the Peterhouse Kings this week. But other than that, they've been on an incredible winning streak. They were one of 3 schools who were unbeaten before they met St. John's alongside Peterhouse and St. George's. So I think they'll be a little bit disappointed with how the season has ended up. But still, this game, they look well poised to take the win. But PE can yet turn the tables.
PE still, it seems as though they still have some time. It seems as though time is giving them a bit of some mercy. They're giving them some time to attempt to still salvage a bit of a win there. But the Owls still coming in very strong. Schoolboy pride here. Boy being carried. A bit of a more, but the ball has been brought back to the initial infringement. A quick tap there from the substituted fly off. Who's running it down? Very good, strong run by the Talons. Boy been lifted off the ground. Very dangerously tricky play there, TC.
Oh, it's hot in there. It's hot in there. It's hot in there. My goodness me, the defense is incredible, but Wiseau also putting on the shove. Referee is going to blow. Wiseau get the scrum. Taken in by Wiseau. Everyone's checking their clocks here.
Tick tock, tick tock.
We still got some time. Oh, what a game. Just imagine the loud roar that is going to come if the referee blows full time with the scoreline as it is.
The whole school will literally come down and roar and shout and scream for this win.
There's going to be a party at Baghdad if that happens.
The Baghdad is going to have a party tonight. I mean, they have floodlights, so they can easily switch on these lights at night and probably have dinner on the Baghdad in celebration. This was a very closely contested game, TC. I've enjoyed every single minute of this game. You know, the first half brought its chills. We know it was once a 5-3, then we went 5-6. And you know, it's like you said, it's been a low point scoring game, but very, 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 very much action-packed. An action-packed game that we've had on our hands here.
5-star action-packed game.
5-star action-packed schoolboy rugby from these rising stars that we have brought to you live from the Baghdad in Marondera. We are rising stars, bringing you such nail-biting, scintillating, invigorating rugby. The Prince Edward Tigers seem to still have their heads up high, their chests up high. They still believe that they can pull something
Wiseau
out of
getting
the
the
hat.
shove.
Quick break. Good ball carry, but is his support players there to help him with the ruck? Because as I said, the break was good, but his teammates were not there to support him. Resulted in the Jackal steal. Talon's possession. The Talon's in a very good space right now. A very good space, and a try is what followed with that very intelligent, quick tapping play from the Marondera Wise, our first team Talons. Very good play.
Well, that settles it. Any debates that were going on in the crowd, it's signed, it's sealed, and it's delivered.
Very
Clever
much
play.
so.
Clever play from the halfback. He spotted that they were sleeping on the near side. He tapped it quickly, and he didn't even need to pass it. He went himself.
He went himself, and it was a very, very important, crucial, necessary try that the Talons put down. Prince Edward recollecting themselves, but TC, the time we have on our hands, the time, tick-tock, the time is gone. TC, I can tell you now, as much as it may be a bit cold and windy here, I'm about to take off my jacket. This has been a hot game.
It has indeed. 21-10 to the home side with a kick to come. Make it 23 and make it full time. Wise Owl have beaten the Tigers at home. Historic.
Wow, 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 wow. This has been an amazing game. An amazing win. A necessary win. The boys wore their heart on their sleeves. They gave it their all. The game was tight. Nothing short of action. Packed game. The Tigers, all the way from Harare, came to the Baghdad. And as you can see, the fans are running onto the pitch. They're excited. They're overjoyed. Their team has done the most. They've done what necessarily needed to be happen.
It's a massive, massive achievement to beat a school like Prince Edward with a rich history of rugby, schoolboy rugby. It's a massive achievement. Wise Owl students have a chip of what Eaglesville felt a couple of weeks ago. For Prince Edward, well, you only have to go back to the drawing board and rebuild. Keep pushing. The season's not over. There are better days to come. If we're to be overly critical, this game had a lot of errors, but it was nothing short of excitement. In the end, 23 points to 10. Wise Owl, champions on Baghdad.
Wow, wow. We brought this game to you live. We are Rising Stars. Brought into you the best of schoolboy rugby. We thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe with us. Follow that like button. Press the like button, subscribe to us to stay up to date with our live matches that we bring to you every weekend. Brought to you by Rising Stars. The final score, 23-10 to the first team Talons. We appreciate you watching us, and we pray and hope that you have a good day and a good night. Thank you.
Right, I'm with the Prince Edward Tigers captain, Chauka Academy. Commiserations for the loss. Talk us through how you're feeling now and how you felt the game went.
Yeah, obviously losing a match like playing against Waizao is something that is so hurting. But then one thing that I know is even if we lose, everything that we did was playing with heart. As long as we play with heart, putting it all, I know that we've got a great way to go.
And you speak about playing with heart. It was very evident both sides, the Tigers, the Talons, went in with a lot of heart. Both sides made their fair share of errors, but heart is definitely one thing that was there. How do you pick yourself up from this and carry on?
Yeah, actually playing wise, it was a preparation for St. George's. So we are going to take all the lessons and all the mistakes that we made here, and then we're going to fix them and put solutions and implement it to the St. George's game.
And another quick word to Waizao. How do you think they've done? I'm sure you've been following them through the season. What would you say as an opposition captain to your opponents today?
Yeah, actually I would like to say well done to the Talons, because I've been seeing all the games since their first game in SA in the festivals. So they've been playing so well, and they have actually built and transformed all their skill set and improved, especially from how they played last year. So it's a very huge improvement to the Waizao Talons, and I would like to say that they should keep on moving an extra mile, just like what their school motto says.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time. Once again, commiserations for the loss. I like the pride you have carrying your Tiger on your back. Go back to the drawing board, work hard. All the best for your match against the Dragons.
Thank you so much, sir. It was a pleasure meeting you, sir.
Cheers.
Sure.
Right, I'm with the winning captain, the victorious captain, the one with a very big smile on his face, Victor Muchenje. You've just beaten the Prince Edward Tigers. How are you feeling right now?
It has been a tough week. Coming from a loss from Peterhouse, we had to redeem ourselves with a win against Prince Edward. So I feel proud of our team and the game we played. Yeah.
First half, very scrappy from both sides. You guys managed to hang in there. A lot of conversions missed, a lot of opportunities not taken. How did you guys eventually get over the line?
So when talent meets talent, characters to play. So we had to put our character and play the best game. Yeah.
Wonderful. And a word to your opponents today, the PE Tigers.
They're a very good team, and I wish that they continue training and playing hard. They'll get there. Yeah.
Wonderful. And you guys, at one point, I was actually speaking in commentary, you were amongst 3 teams that had been unbeaten. Your season then took a twist, but you've bounced back with the win today. That means so much to you guys.
Yeah, it really means a lot. Yes.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time. Go and enjoy the win with your teammates, and all the best for your next games.
Thank you, sir.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks. Cheers. All right, I'm now with the interim coach for the PE Tigers, Simba Kanyangarara. Always tough to take a loss, but talk us through how that game went.
Yeah, no, we knew that coming to Marondera was not going to be an easy walk in the park. We knew that Waizao was going to come very hard, but hey, at the end, they were the better team, so yeah, they definitely deserve the win.
A lot of errors made from both sides throughout the game, actually, but PE Tigers showed what they have, the flair, the running rugby, but just couldn't string up enough phases. What do you think was what could have been done better to make sure that could have happened better?
Yeah, no, our decision making was very poor. Definitely need to work on that. Need to know where the areas to work on, and definitely our ball handling areas are really too much. So yeah, we'll go back to the drawing board and then we'll work on it.
Well, you've got St. George's coming up soon. You've mentioned the areas you need to improve on and fix, but what are some of the attributes that you think the players that stood out today who you can build up and maybe help others improve as well?
Yeah, no, definitely there were players who had the go forward ball. Definitely they were dominant. We'll keep those players in the circle, in the loop, and then we'll see how it goes back there in Weaver.
Oh, well, thank you so much for your time, Simba, and all the best for the rest of your season.
Sir. Thank you.
Cheers. The winning coach, Coach Dallas, what a game, beating PE. Talk us through how you're feeling right now.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you can't explain the feeling because of the way the game went. But yeah, we are happy. And as you can see, even the school is happy. I think this is the first time that Waisao has managed to beat PE. So for us, it's a huge achievement as a school. We are basically, in terms of numbers, we're a smaller school that compared to schools like PE and the other big schools. But if we can hold ourselves to play against such big teams and we can walk away with a victory, I think we have to give a pat on our backs.
Oh, absolutely. Well, very huge congratulations for this historic win. You got the win, yes, but there are obviously some things that you feel still need to be worked on. What are some of the things you'll be looking to build up on for the rest of the games this season?
See, we are struggling with a lot of injuries. So we have a lot of kids who are coming from the thirds, the seconds, going straight to the first team, and sometimes they're even starting. So sometimes then they don't really understand the principles of our defense for the first team group. So yeah, I think going forward we have to work so much on our defense and trying to get these guys to catch up with the rest of the squad. Because yeah, we have suffered a lot of injuries, especially this past couple of weeks.
Well, this season has been one that Waisao has taken huge strides. You've played St. John's, you've played Peterhouse, you've played, PE today. You know, you feel Waisao are taking a step in the right direction. Do you feel as the coach you deserve to be playing on the so-called big boys table?
It's a process, and we know as a school we'll get there. We have almost like a 5-year plan that we're running, and we are in our second year now, and we are bearing fruits, as you can see, playing against John's, Peterhouse, and managing even to score some couple of good tries against those big boys. We know that in a year or two, trust me, we know that we'll play those big boys anytime.
Wonderful. Well done to you, your coaching setup, and the entire team for a great result today, and all the best for the future. Waisao Rugby.
Thank you so much, sir.
Cheers. Thank you. Let's take this.
Talent! What's your profession to get things done? Talent! What's your profession to get things done? Just one more time. What's your profession to get things done? Yeah! Yeah! Woo! Chorite! Jamau! Oh, waka wenua, hawaya, how! Yahweh! Okau pau bangko, ego glunei! Oh, aweya! Okau pau bangko, ego glunei! Oh, aweya! Okau pau bangko, ego glunei! Oh, aweya! Oh, kamate, katekao. Oh, kamate, katekao. Oh, tekeza waula. Oh, fikiti waya kafikiti. Oh, fikiti waya kafikiti. Oh, na waya kafikiti.